Today we're gonna try to hack water reflection. Probably not so easy, but let's try. Let's go. Right, this is a photograph I'm going to use. You can find the link in the description below. So go get the photograph if you want to tag along. The first thing I do is to tape the edges with this sort of not too sticky type of tape. They are also called art tape, I believe. You can get them, in art shop. In the US, you can get them in Blix. And online in various store. But anyway, the next thing I did was to draw a horizon line. I used a ruler, as you could see. It's one of those times that I use a ruler. I guess I was just being lazy, but anyway, now I'm just gonna put water, wet the bottom part of the horizon, and drip off any excess water, as you can see, not too wet, so that you can at least control. I mix some sort of purple, dark purple. You can throw any purple at it, doesn't matter. Make sure it's sort of a pattern with a rhythm. Leave a bit of blank space, between the few dots that I do. Let it drip down as I put some kind of a gradient on the backing of the watercolor block. So as you can see, I don't just put across, I'm dotting, and I'm dotting a bit of red in between the purple as well. Not in regular size, but in irregular size, and I'm just gonna let it drip down. I realize the gradient is not enough, so I'm sort of tilting it almost straight up, 90 degree if you like, and I'm letting the excess moisture, using a tissue to take it off, and again repeat the same spot where I'm dripping down on the purple. The intention is to drip down as much in a streak, if you like, and to mimic the sort of reflection you see on the water. I mix cadmium yellow, and I'm putting over the red, again trying to overpower the red if you like, and just let it drip down. I don't really care how it flows. Ideally it goes straight down, but anyway, it's just a sketch. After all, it's a postcard size sketch, so you can't be perfect with it, so it's okay. And anyway, we're just having fun, right? Playing with pigment. So as you can see, the whole idea is to let it streak down and let it naturally flow down in a natural wet in wet sort of a way, and that's pretty much it. And then at this point, I'm drawing in the silhouette of the building. You can just take any part of the building, sort of rough estimate of it. Use the same purple mixture, make this negative painting around the building, and just to create the sort of skyline at night, if you like. Not very complicated, anybody can do this, just a negative shape. And I continue to sort of create lines and negative shapes and so on. As you can see, there is a huge contrast. And what is the contrast? Well, above the horizon, the lines are sharp edge. Below the horizon, they are all fluffy, melted, sort of no edge if you like, but they're all melted between all the shapes. And what I've done actually is also to sort of draw little windows and lights and so on. And the whole idea is to create this sort of very hard edges for the buildings, and very soft edges, as you can see, for the water reflections. Just to touch up a little bit at the bottom where I thought there's a bit of a paper white there. Wet it down so that all the colors can flow easily. So at this point, you could see that there's already a clear demarcation of water and the silhouette. I'm now filling in the blank, so to speak, of the white space. And as you can see, by putting in a slightly different color, more brownish if you like, and slightly darker, I continue to leave lots of little white indicating windows if you like, or just to fluorescent white light as well. Same thing with the other sort of building, leaving lots of white highlight, put in a bit of more buildings Some of them are actually out of my imagination at this point. I don't really refer back to the photograph. After all, it is just a sketch. Unless you want to be architecturally accurate, then please go back to the photograph and copy every single lines. But otherwise, if you just want to have fun and creating reflection just for fun and trying out this technique, you can just do what I do. Once you have got a broad outline, just do the basically out of imagination. I do a second layer of the sky. Be very careful not to go all the way down. Leave it halfway hanging and then wet down the edges so that right at the bottom it is lighter than the top. So basically gradating the value from darker to lighter, right? Lighter nearer to the horizon, darker towards the sky on top. And that will just make your buildings pop, basically, sort of filled with light. And then I go in and draw little tiny lines indicating what I'm copying from a photograph at this point. Well, some of them. I go in with cadmium yellow, cadmium dots of cadmium yellow indicating lights, cadmium orange as well, where some of the warmer lights are. Again, it's done in random. That's it. Take off the tape, and we should see that it has a nice sort of edges around the sketch. Do this once it is dry. I've made many mistakes in the past where the sketch is not dry, and then I peel it, and guess what? The paper sort of come off with it because it's wet and it's easily peeled off. So don't make that mistake, and wait for it to dry completely, and then your tape will be very gentle on the paper. Anyway, it looks very nice. It's sort of a natural matte around it, yeah, that's it. So I hope you enjoyed this sketch. It's a very simple technique anybody can try. Reflections, or at least I call it the hack job to get reflections. Stay safe wherever you are. Bye.